Back in the mid-'60s, buried among the growing headlines of civil rights in Vietnam, was a fascinating, nearly forgotten chapter of pop culture history. A suave, smooth-talking con artist by the name of Frank Abagnale Jr. bilked millions of dollars from corporations, played himself off as a doctor, a lawyer, even a pilot who was referred to as the James Bond of the air.
I wrote about $2.5 million worth of bad checks in 26 foreign countries, all 50 states before I was old enough to drink, before my 21st birthday.
Out of these true-life elements comes Steven Spielberg's Catch Me If You Can, one of the finest works ever from this modern master.
I think what Frank did in real life and what Leo does in portraying the real Frank Abagnale is he knew how to use camouflage, social camouflage, which was basically changing and switching occupations.
Hello.
Hi. Are you deadheading?
What?
Are you my deadhead to Miami?
Yes. Yeah, I'm the deadhead. Here you go.
You're a little late, but the jump seat is open.
You know, it's been a while since I've done this. Which one's the jump seat again?
Hot on the trail is an FBI pencil pusher, Carl Hanratty, played to clumsy perfection by the one and only Tom Hanks.
Hands on your head! What's the head?
You know, he's got over 200 checks here.
Hands on your head!
Carl is as schleppy as Frank is sophisticated, but looks are deceiving, which is a constant theme of the film. Scratch the surface and the cop and the con have way too much in common.
You didn't call just to apologize, did you?
What do you mean?
You have no one else to call.
Catch Me If You Can builds a world where the perception of truth is as good as truth itself. This is Frank's world, a world first built in the eyes of the small, vulnerable child that is later dismantled brick by brick in the hard realities of divorce and consequence. Watching this tale of Frank's coming of age is a faultless execution of guilty pleasures and bittersweet moments.
Dad, she's parked downstairs. When we're done eating lunch, why don't you drive on over to Mom's house, pick her up, take a little joyride?
Do you know what would happen if the IRS found out I was driving around in a new coupe? I took the train here, Frank. I'm taking the train home.
A lot of the credit goes to the on-screen team, including Leonardo DiCaprio, who takes a lot of flack for his pretty boy image, but actually he's one of the greatest actors of his generation. And Tom Hanks, well, what more could be said than what 2 Oscars have said already? But these are only 2 people in an ensemble that includes Christopher Walken and Martin Sheen. I guess you can call that the soul of the film. The heart of the movie lies behind the camera, with Spielberg and his constant team of artists that include editor Michael Kahn and music composer John Williams, whose score is an impressive flashback to Dave Brubeck-style jazz. Catch Me If You Can is arguably Spielberg's most all-around giddy, crowd-pleasing movie since Raiders of the Lost Ark, which, by the way, is the film that started my obsession with cinema. I keep planning to send him a thank you note or maybe just the bill for my bad eyesight, I'm not sure which. But I digress. As for Catch Me If You Can, there's a whole lot to love about this 4-star film. It's one of the best of the year and one of the finest among the collective works of DiCaprio, Hanks, and even Spielberg. Next week, we return to the wrap-up of the year that was 2K2. So join us again right here on the front row. Until then, I'm Bob Shultz for KQ2.